Okay, guys, put your videos on. So let me see what was the homework I left you guys. Did you post your homework? I think you did not.
Let me see.
I saw that one person did not post it homework. Lexi posted, Lynn posted. Now we're going to start working about more than one variable. When we have more than one variable, it is as we disguise one variable linear equation, we can also disguise systems of two variables linear equations. That means two lines that when they meet, there will be a solution. But not only that, the two lines can be, I said, they can be, let me make a notation. So they can be, two lines can be uh, parallel, two lines can be crossing somewhere, and two lines can be just on top of the other. This is infinite answers, this is no answers, and this is just one answer. The answer where both the x and the y uh, work with both the formulas. That's what you need to remember. There are either no solutions, one solutions, and more than one solution means infinite solutions. That means whatever you'll put, it will work for both the formulas. Why? Because the x and the y are the same, and they are not parallel, but they are sitting on top of each other, and that's why. I said the one thing that you need to remember that, and I'm going now a little bit to a higher course material, but just follow me and we'll see why I say. When I write a formula like y equals mx plus b, we said that mx plus b, hi Lexi, this is the y equals mx plus b. It is the formula of a straight line. Remember, this is the formula of the straight line. This means slope, and this means y-intercept. Where is the y going to cut the uh, the the y line? Okay, so I'm going out for 1 second. I'm going to go to my whiteboard and I'm going to start to explain something that is outside the box. Again, this is not something that is exactly for your grade 7 8s, okay, 7s. But I teach this at grade 7 level, because once you understand it, your grade 8 and 9 becomes very easy. So listen to what I'm saying and you'll see what I'm trying to explain. When I write y equals mx plus b, I said this is the slope and this is the y-intercept. Y-intercept means that when I am y-intercept, I am talking about this line. This is my x and y. Always remember, x is here, y is here. X means independent variable, and y is the dependent variable. Okay, remember here when I say y is dependent, means whatever x I will put, it will change my y. X I can decide, y I don't need to decide. Y will come automatically because y is dependent. X is independent. So first of all, I'm going to talk about y-intercept. If I have a formula says y equals 3x plus 3, remember this plus 3 is on the y line. So first find the y. Find this plus 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is where my 3 is. So this is the point I'm talking about, this. Now I'm looking at this point. I'm looking at this. This means slope. What is the formula for slope? So I'm going to write you a formula for a slope. So the formula for a slope is like this. I'm going to write the formula for slope like this. Slope. M equals, oh, that's 2 dots, too thin. Sorry, let me go back a little bit for 1 second, okay? Y equals, let me make this, let me make a little bit thicker, good, okay? And I say y equals mx plus b. M and I'm going to make this m equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And I'll explain what it means. It means m is equal to rise over run. Now, let me explain to what you rise means and what run means. When I climb a stairs, my rise is how much high I go, and my run is how much far I go. If I have a slope, if I'm running on the street and the street is a slope going upwards, my rise over run will tell me what is my slope. Okay, you'll see sometimes you drive and you are going up on the mountain, and you will see that there is a sign on the road that says there is a slope, and it's a 35 degrees, 25 degrees, 15 degrees. That says you how much distance you need to go up, how much elevation you'll get. Okay, so this is really what we are talking about. So rise over run. When I say the rise over run is 3, it means 3 over 1. Always remember, 3 means 3 over 1. So rise is 3, run is 1. I'll say, okay, let me see what is rise over run in this way. I'll say 1, 2, 3. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus minus. I did it very well. And I'm going to say rise over run. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, and 1. This is my next point. My next point is here. So if I want to build a line, I will say my line is now from here to here. Okay. Sorry, this is not in my bad. This is, again, I'll try to do a better line. I'll make a line from here and I'll go up here. Okay. Let's go like this. So this is really my line that I want to. So this is the line. This is my line for this formula. So I'm going to teach you how to find this thing, all this thing in a moment. How to find the slope, how to find the real example of finding any slope that you want. Now, so let me erase everything here. Let me throw everything here and make a new line. And I'm going to try to make it a straight line, a definition of how to make a line. So let me write a formula that is really simple formula. I'm going to write y equals, not straight line, I want a regular line, draw y equals x. This is a simple line. It is just going to be, that means if I go x equals 1, y equals 1. So I'm going to go and say x equals 1, y equals 1. This is the point. X equals 2, y equals 2. And you can see that I'm making exactly a line that is 45 degrees to my thing. I need to make move a little bit to the right, to the left, and that's all. This is my exact line. This is called y equal x. If y will be 2x, I'll write here y equals 2x. 1 second. I will write here, sorry, and I'll write here like this, and I'll say y equals 2x. Look what happened to the line now. My line will go x equals 2. 2x means rise over run. That means I'll go 2 up, 1 to the right. 2 up, 1 to the right. So I can see that my line is now starting from here, and I'm going to go and do a straight line again. I'm going to say my line is from here, and it's going to go a little bit to the here. I'm going to open a little bit. 1 second, I'm going to open this way. It looks more like x equals 2, y equals, yeah, that is a better one. So look at the line that I just made. You can see this is y equals x. Okay, this is y equals x. This is y equals 2x. I'm going to make a line that is y equals 3x, and it will become more and more steeper, more and more closer to this thing. It will never touch this. Why will it not touch this? Because that means y equals million. when y equals million x, yes, it will be for 1, I will run million up there to get it thing. Again, it will not touch this thing because there will never ever be a number that will make the line straight. Because we said when a rise is a small, sorry, a rise is the big one, and the run is 0, what is 1 divided by 0? Let's see. How much is 1 divided by 0?
It's undefined.
Lovely. It's undefined. That means I cannot have anything that I cannot have anything that is a small movement on the x and a very big movement on the y. Even a small movement on the y will not work because 1 divided by 0 is, if 0 is 0.1, the answer will be 10. If the run is 0.001, that will be 100. If it's 0.0001, it will be 1000. So you can see that the moment the 0 it becomes 0, it cannot be defined at all. So this is what we are going to learn in this thing. When we talk about variables in linear,
What if the run is 1 and the rise is 0? Is it just a straight line this way?
it's line over run is this, and if it's opposite 0 over 1, you're right. 0 over 1, the line is like this, horizontal. Okay, so now you'll ask me, okay, so you told us, sir, that when the rise is y equals 1x, that means this is 1, the m is 1, this is exactly 45 degrees. When it's 2, it becomes more and more. So what is the value of the m here, the slope here, between this one and this one? Because this is 0. So what is the slope? So the slopes between here and here is between 0 to 1. What is 0 to 1? It can be 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 0.7, any number you want that is not 0, but not 1. Okay? Because 1 means it's exactly 45 degrees, 2 means more, 3 means more, 4 means more, 5 means more, and less than 1 is 0.5, so 0.5 will be like this, something, 0.3 will be like this, something, 0.1 will be something. So it will become between this and this. So remember, not negative. People always make a mistake. They say, oh, this is positive and this is negative. No, this is positive from 1 to infinity. All the slopes that will be between here and here will be between 0 and 1. And the negative is here. Again, -1 will be 45 degrees. So from 0 to -1 will be here. And from -1 to negative infinity will be down there. So graph can be anything like that. Any slope you want, anything you want. Now, this is the slope. Yes, Lexi.
What if the slope curves? Then it's not linear,
It's
is
not
it?
linear. It's not a linear. Yes, the slope will curve when we will come to grade 10, when we'll learn the quadratic formula. The
I've
quadratic
heard with like what's it called, exponents sometimes, like
yes, it's
curved.
a square. We call it a square function. Okay, anything that has a parabola, or we call it parabola. We call it square function. So anything that has an x square, y equals x square. The formula is like this. The graph looks like this. Not exactly like this, but more like this. It will look like this, and it will go like this. It will become to 0, then 1 and 1, then 2 and 4, then 3 and 9, 4 and 16, and so on, 5 and 25. So that is where the graph will go up. But this is not for grade 7, 8. This is go for grade end of grade 8 and beginning of grade 9. This is really, you know what, even not 9, it's in grade 10 we learn a quadratic formula. That's called quadratic. And quadratic formulas is really where your graph goes this. Later on, you will learn graphs that go like this and graphs that go like this. It's crazy. But you know what? You will see afterwards that when you will learn grade 12 math, you will come back to the line, back to the line. Why? You will do something called derivatives. Derivatives means cutting. You will cut it and cut it again and cut it again. And every time you cut it, you'll get a value of a formula that is one layer lower than the previous one, until you will reach the straight line, which is the formula that we know, y equals mx plus b. So this is really what we are going to learn in this chapter. So this is a chapter of basically understanding that you have an independent value and a dependent value. Independent value is your x value. Always remember, independent value is always this value, x, and dependent value is always your y value. When I write something y equals mx plus b, m is my slope, b is my y-intercept. Y-intercept means where is the graph cutting the y line? Is it cutting here? Is it cutting here? Is it cutting here? Is it cutting exactly in the zero line, this line? Or is it cutting, it can cut like this, it can cut like this. But again, the point is the point that you see here. This is the point that you'll find. If it's a positive, you'll find it over the zero. If you find it negative, it's under the zero. And the graph starts from there. That means the line, the slope starts from there. We said the slope is, again, it's rise over run. How do you find rise? How do you find run? We'll come there and we'll find exactly the formula. But let's start with this basic knowledge, this basic introduction of understanding the line. So remember, we have two variables now. One variable is the independent variable. One variable is the dependent variable. The dependent is always depending on the independent. That means if I have y equals 3x, okay, if I put x equals 1, I'll get y equals 3. If I put x equals 2, I'll get y equals 6. If I put x equals 3, I'll get y equals 9. If I put x equals 0, I'll get y equals 0. If I put minus 1, I'll get minus 3. Minus 2, I'll get minus 6. And minus 3, I'll get minus 9. So you can see I gave you all the three numbers from 1 to 3, and all the numbers minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and the 0. This is what we call the independent and the dependent. The independent we decide, the dependent comes out of the machine. Think about it, that is the magic machine. You put a number inside and you get a number on the other side. You put a number, you get a different number on the other side. It depends on what number you put in. It always does the same thing in the machine, and it takes out a different number on the other side. That is what we call that this machine, really, we don't care. We need to know what is our input and what is coming output. That is what we need. Input means X, output means Y. That is what we are going to talk about. So let's go back to the book and let's see what we are talking about. So in this problem, one second, we find all possible values of A and B such that the sum of the square root is 37. And the square root of A is 10 more than twice the square root of B. So convert the words to math, write two equations for the given information. So let's start this. I want you to write two formulas that are working with what it says there. So it says in this problem, we find the possible values of A and B such that the sum of their square roots is 37. Sum of their square roots is 37, and the square root of A is 10 more than twice the square root of B. So please find out what are the two formulas that we are talking about.